Okie dokie, it's time for the adventure. We're going to be joining some ranked games with the adventure, and it's going to be pure chaos, based on this first bag, after reading it, the bag of giving. So items of all classes are going to be offered in the shop. When you enter a shop, it's going to spend all your gold to generate random items. Then also class items inside activates, we're going to gain 0.1 maximum stamina. It's definitely going to be chaotic, kind of like a mini present type item. We also got a stone case. We'll just run through this one very quickly. You get twine, bought 7% chance to restock with another twine, craft items inside, trigger 15% faster, and a 15% chance to duplicate their buffs. But today, we're going to be jumping in with the bag of giving. Anyways, let's go. Let's see what we can do. Now, we do start off with broccoli, which is going to give us 2 luck, and if you have 5 luck, we're going to get 2 regen. We also have garlic starting off too. So we definitely need to get a weapon. So I'm wondering if this works kind of like the offering ball. I know the offering ball, you trade up items. They should trade your gold. The way that offering ball works is you can only get whatever is offered in these item chances. So no matter what, we won't be able to get anything other than a common or rare, maybe even an epic, since we're going to have a little bit of a chance in the next round for that. Now, do we want to big equilibrium? Early mana if we want it. To be honest, we're just going to be rolling with the bag of giving, seeing what sort of chaos we can get with. Take every item on sale, we roll again, and we do get a twine. Which honestly, ever since I seen the practically large bloodthorn, that is a weapon I will gladly be going for. But maybe not today. Maybe once we get the other bag. And we do want to grab a short bow. Now we got 2 class specific items for our backpack. And as for the shield, I'd love to keep it, to be honest. So I'm going to sell our little pocket sands. Let's take our twine. Let's grab our leather bag. And I might not actually add this in just yet. 20% chance to gain 2 max health. And chances increase by 20% for each neutral item, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I think we're going to rock on with this. Now the broccoli has such a slow cooldown. That might not be that great, but it does give us our accuracy, since luck does give us accuracy. So it's kind of nice, especially going up against some early brooms. Now lucky for us, we're going to be smashing this mage because they have no weapons. They took a magic for dummies with a set of blueberries. So yeah, definitely super lucky opponents to be facing in a round 1. So you know what? Definitely not too bad. Hell yeah. And holy moly, we get an axe and a dragon claws. And we could keep the axe for now, but we're not going to be able to craft up a double axe. And we also got the battle rage item. Since we do have battle rage item, we're going to get a default battle rage. We don't need a specific item to give us battle rage anymore. We do get a stamina stack. I do kind of want to keep the axe, but I kind of want to sell it since we got ourselves a flame too, because we could end up going for a flame of type build also. So I'm going to sell it to take our flame. As for the gloves, I think we're going to sell it too. And I did kind of want to roll. Look for a whetstone to craft up that new shield, which I have no idea what it actually does. Weapons inside deal +1 damage and get plus 10% damage. On attack, 30% chance to prevent 10 damage from melee weapons and remove a little bit of stamina. You're gonna roll once. We didn't get our whetstone, unfortunately. I don't want to be wasting our gold since we're going to get a ton of value from our bag of giving. But I will roll once more. We did get it. We also got a card too, which is going to be a class specific item. I'd love to keep our gemstones, but I think I'm going to have to get rid of it, unfortunately. Because I do want to keep our flame, I do want to keep our garlic. Also, forget the flame is a class specific item as well. Whenever we do activate a class specific items, we're going to get some max stamina also. Which I'm going to venture on, I'm going to craft up this new shield. And we're going to see what it's going to be like. We are facing a ranger with a torch and a broom, but they don't have it aligned with their goobers. So they'd actually get a lot more heals if they did have their goobers stacked up with their weapons. So we should definitely have the advantage, and not too bad. And holy moly, what a freaking bag. Puzzle bag, we do have a 20% chance to duplicate buffs. And right now we do have a choice to make. We also got a robe too. The choice we're going to have to make is Echoing Battle Cry, Enchanted Weapons, or Norse Please. Or do we take the gamble? How about we go full chaotic with the adventure? We sell you. Let's gamble. Come on, be something awesome. Investment opportunity. Definitely okay. So we definitely want to use something that will use up buffs. So the thing is, I really do want to grab the carp because we're going to be stacking up luck with our broccoli. It's going to be pretty slow, but with a rope, when we do trigger our hero shield, we should be able to generate up quite a bit with this. We also need to move our little sharp bow over to this side, and we do need to move our broom over beside our freaking shield so we get some extra damage on it. That would be quite clever. But we trigger our shields, we increase the speed on our broccoli so we stack up our luck, eventually get some regen, And yeah, I'm going to keep our Spell Scroll Frost because it is another class-specific item. So we're going to be stacking up an insane amount of stamina. So we really want to lean into having super fast, multiple weapons with this bag. Well, it looks so. Now, it doesn't increase your base stamina regen, it just increases your max stamina. But we'll see what we can do with that. Now, can we keep up with opponents? So far, it's not looking too bad. We do have Goobert, looks like they're crafting up a hold all. And so far, not too bad. Now, that's crazy. The brand new armor, the employee uniform. Shop refreshes, 25% chance to gain a trade offer. But start a battle, gain 60 block. Kind of nice, actually. We're not really going to be rerolling too much. We're kind of relying on the bag of holding as much as possible. But I think we sell our little chipped amethyst. We sell our garlic. We take our carrot. And I think I move on with this. Now, the investment opportunity is kind of nice with the bag of holding, I won't lie. Because it is going to be 1 extra gold per round, which means more value from our bag of giving. But yeah, let's rock on with this for now. We definitely need a DPS increase for sure. But can we take on this Berserker who's been insanely greedy with triple piggy banks? I thought we're being greedy with our investment opportunity. But it's not looking too bad. We get a small bit of blinds, get some poison. Blind, we decrease the accuracy. And poison, we do a little bit of chip damage, countering that regen. So we'll see how we get on. So far, it's not looking too bad. With our armor from our employee uniform, it's kind of nice. And we just beat him down. So not too bad. Now, holy moly. We got Mrs. Struggles, which is going to be moving a lot of buffs. We also got another leather armor, which I'm going to sell because I do want to grab this bit of storage. I do want Mrs. Struggles. And I do want to add in a Spell Scroll Frost. But I'm going to be taking our piggy bank for a little bit of extra gold. Also. And with that, I'm going to move on pretty darn fast once again. So getting extra gold means higher value items. To be honest. Now this could be quite scary because our opponents will have quite a bit of block with that leather armor. Now actually our broccoli is triggering 4.5 seconds. Which is not too bad. It's not crazy. Definitely could be improved actually. But can we still win out? We got lots and lots of luck, which means we should be able to start stacking up our power with a carrot. And a 20% chance to duplicate our buffs with that bag. And not too bad. Definitely not too bad. Now we did get a spirit. The Cat Spirit Companion, which is going to give us crit chance. It's going to give us mana, or it's going to use our mana to gain luck and empower. We also got a ruby egg, which makes me want to keep an eye out for a Goobert. Goobert with twine, it could be nice. Now I do really want to add the cat in. I also kind of want this treasure chest. But that is a Hunger Blade, which is going to be a lot of vampirism first. It's also going to use up our buffs, which means we can use our investment opportunity. So I'm going to sell a little short bow. Wait, was that a trade? We sell you. I didn't see if that was a trade. I think we sell our Spell Scroll Frost also. So we can take it, place it in. If we stack up regen with our broccoli, we should be in a good spot. I also really want to add in our ruby egg. Or do we just sell it? Because the treasure chest is worth 7 gold. And we could take it and get 10 gold worth of items. I think we're going to. We sell these. We take it. Might be something awesome. Okay, magic badge. So we're going to get the mage's specific items. Honestly, I'm not sure if I really want that. To be quite honest, we already got the cat. There's not much else I would really like. It does give us 5 mana from the very beginning, which is kind of nice also. So if we do go for staff type builds, starting off with 5 mana is pretty nice. The unfortunate thing is, I really do want to add in our piggy bank. We can't really afford to. But starting off with 5 mana from our magic badge means we're going to use our cat to actually give us luck and empower, which I'm down for. We get faster luck, we get more power. Hell yeah. So far it's not looking too bad. However, we are going to be getting Excalibur with Amethyst Steel, Blood Manipulation, and a good old Phoenix. But we steal their buffs, we stack our own buffs, and we should be in a fantastic spot. Hell yeah. Definitely awesome. Now we see a trade. That's for sure. Also, Heart Container is kind of crazy. Well, I'm going to sell our piggy bank for him. Get that storage. Heart Container is going to be some scaling regen for us. We also got a second broccoli, which you do want to keep your eyes out for a broccoli Goobert. We also got a cheese too. But I think I'm going to roll. As for Harkington, I might add it in instead of a broccoli for now as well. And yeah, I'm going to venture on with this. Now, we could take the bird because we could craft up the Jinx staff, which is the adventure's specific staff, but yeah, I'm not going to be too pushy about that just yet. We should have some scaling regen right now. It's going to be a small bit, but we should have enough to keep stacking up our vampirism. And also stacking up our max life with our investment opportunity also. We got tons of power, increase our weapon damage, and we got 20% crits as well, which is really, really fantastic. However, can we still beat down this Berserker? We do have False Life for a lot of heals, they do have a good bit of damage. And not too bad. Now, holy moly, that's a strong vampiric bot. Anyway, nuts, we also got an Acorn Collar. Weapon hits have a 5% chance for each luck to gain 4 mana. I'm gonna get straight up Trader Hark Container for Cupcake Goobert. Am I crazy for wanting to do that? Probably so. But we do gotta talk about our subclass right now. Should we go with the Bard, the first one actually? Star music items activate. Advance the cooldown of random non-music items by 50%. So your healing is increased by 20%. 20% chance to duplicate gain buffs. There's been a lot of duplicated buffs being added to the game recently. Or am I crazy? Every 6 seconds, heal for 30, gain 5 random buffs, or inflict 4 cold. It's kind of like the Cauldron. I do kind of like it though, if we're going vampiric stacking, especially since we've got a strong vampiric bot. I'm kind of leaning heavily towards this. Indiana Jones, Archaeologist, chance to find more uniques by 50%. You can obtain a 3 uniques. I can imagine this goes nuts with the uniquely unique skill. Start a battle, gain 1 luck for each nature item, and 3 luck for each unique item. Every 2.5 seconds, use 1 luck to steal 2 other buffs. It's kind of like a hybrid uniquely unique mixed with Shaman Mask, except he steal buffs, which is kind of nice too. Especially with Mr. Struggles, we're going to be removing a crap ton of buffs with this. So I'm definitely leaning towards, honestly, 2 of these would be kind of fun. The Merchant Shop refreshes, 30% chance for trade offer, since we do have an apply uniform. We can get trades every round. Yeah, that's Matt's 55% chance for trade offers. However, this is going to stack up our mana and our regen, which is actually perfect for Hungerblade. Like, compare the value of one side to the diamond side, it triggers 2% faster for each gold on the lower value side. If the difference is less than 5, then the star item and the diamond items trigger 30% faster. Okay, so actually more of a complex item by the looks of it, which is kind of interesting as well. Then we got the Weapon Master, the Mercury Elemental. So your melee and ranged weapons dealt damage, you're going to get 20% of that damage as block. So that goes nuts with the stone skill, to be honest. Every 5 seconds regenerate 1 stamina for each distinct melee weapon. So 1 stamina used to inflict 2 poison and 2 poison on yourself. Okay, that's pretty cool too. And we got the Turtle, definitely a fitting name for this. Shields block 100% more damage. At the start of battle, both players take 35% less damage for 7 seconds. And every 10 seconds gain 50 block and 20% of your maximum health as block as well. Okay, so super defensive like crazy. We do have a shield, but I think we're going to lean heavily towards the Bard today. I do want to go in here now, check a musical. And we do have some musical items. Being our Jinx Staff is actually a musical item. The Bird is actually a musical item. And Fanfare and the Flute as well. Yeah, so we're going to try our Hark Container first of all. We're going to grab our Cupcake Gooberts. We'll sort out in a second. We do got a strong Vampiric Pot, which honestly I'm going to be keeping no matter what. I also really want a Rope. The Blue Sage Collar weapon hits 5% chance for each luck to gain 4 mana. I'm not sure if I really want this. This doesn't really give us crits by the looks of it. It will stack up mana though. Am I crazy to sell it? I think I'm going to sell it. The problem is we do need 10 gold worth of items, and you're going to be so much regen. That's going to be kind of a shame to sell you. So I think we're going to have to sell either a Hero Sword, or Hero Shields, or Apply Uniform. I think we're going to sell our Hero Shield. We sell one of these green gemstones, and we're going to take the ukulele. Now the thing is, I'd love to keep our Implies Uniform, but I think I still might sell it. I might sell it to take this fanny bag, to kind of just increase our Hunger Blade. And you know what, I think I'm going to venture on with this. With our Cupcake Gooberts being targeted by our car, which is super fast. And with that, we should be able to have a 20% chance to duplicate our buffs from this, as well as our Hunger Blade also. So it should be amazing. Potentially. I'm going to save our 4 gold because we're going to be offering that up with our Bag of Holding. We'll see how we get on. I'm going to begin this Ranger, who's rocking a Fortuna's Grace with a shovel and Dig Deeper to go be flicking that blinds. We do stack up our luck thanks to our Broccoli, as well as our Spirit Cat companion. We're stacking up so much buffs, it's kind of nuts. And we should get tons and tons of healing. So it's not looking too bad. Stamina cost on our Hunger Blade is 0.7, but we should be able to stack up a lot of our max life or max stamina too. Not too bad. Now, speaking of crazy, how about a literal Staff of Fire? The problem I do find with the Staff of Fire is we're going to need heats. And I don't think we're going to be stacking heat today. What I do want to grab is this freaking Prismatic Orb. That way we can actually start off with Vampirism, and then we can get our Ukulele to potentially duplicate our buffs from that, and then we can also use our Cupcake Goobers to actually just start stacking up our Vampirism like crazy. So I'm going to sell our Staff of Fire, which is mad, since we do have a single broom still. We sell you, and you want to keep our little red ruby, so I'm going to sell you, and you too. Now the problem is I do want our rope to be targeting basically our Prismatic Orb, but I do want this in here so we should be able to get 2 Vampirism. The problem is it's going to give us 2 mana as well, and since we do have our magic badge, we're going to start with 5 mana, which means we're going to probably be stacking up our mana. So I might sell our mage's badge. Am I crazy for that? I think I'm going to. We sell it for now. And I'm going to place our rope in this position for now, so we should be able to trigger our Prismatic Orb a little bit faster with our Cupcake also. But yeah, I'm going to be rocking on with this. Now we'll see how we get on with this. Can we go turbo nuts with Vampirism? We do start with 5, which is really, really awesome. And we do need a different potion to be able to trigger our strong Vampiric Potion. Because it is a very, very tricky potion to actually trigger, because we both need to be at 80% below HP. And that's a lot of cold stacked up on us, a lot of poison. We got insane amounts of Vampirism. And it's not looking too bad. Tons and tons of buffs. And hell yeah. Big old damage. Kind of nuts. And holy moly, did we get a Hyper Hedgehog with a Picky of Riches. So this is going to be really, really nice. This is going to generate up a crap ton of gemstones for us. The axe, we could have actually went for double axe. And the Hyper Hedgehog is going to deal damage based on how much spikes and empower we do have. Which, honestly, not bad, because we're going to be stacking up some empower with a Spirit Cat Companion. Now, should we lean into double chance to duplicate buffs with a double rainbow? Or should we go random again? Or should we grab shielded? Well, we're selling the axe. And I think we're selling the Hyper Hedgehog. As much as I'd love to keep it, I'm going to sell it. I think I'm going to have to take this double rainbow. Yeah, we're going to have an insane amount of Demonic Flask. If we find a Mana Orb, we can go for Staff on Healing. I'm definitely going to be down for it. We could also craft up that Doom Cap. However, I do want to sell 1 rope and a little red ruby so we can grab this bit of storage. As crazy as that sounds, place our Lucky Pig in. Now the potion is a potion that we can use first Vampiric Pot, which I think I'm going to have to place in, because when our opponent drops below 50% HP, we can trigger this, even though it's not going to do much for us. It is going to trigger strong Vampiric Pot, so I'm down for it. Definitely going to be down for it. However, we are going to begin another adventure, but they have the Mercury Elemental with a Burning Blade. If they stack up a lot of heat, they're going to get a ton of damage as well, but they're going to be super defensive too. And it is going to be a big, massive poison stacking build, to be honest. But with the amount of Vampires we do have, and the Lifesteal we do have, yeah, I think we should have no problem whatsoever. And awesome, actually. Now, we do end up with a 32 DPS compared to opponent's 27 DPS. We can definitely increase this if we get ourselves another Hunger Blade, maybe even a Frostbite. As for heals, we only have a 30 healing per second, which we definitely need to improve that. And as for block, yeah, 0 block. But let's go crazy. Let's see if we can continue on. That's for sure. Now, speaking of crazy, how about we just use Misfortune and Turbo Stacker Vampirism like nuts? Yep, we're going turbo stacking like crazy. I also really want to add in our Cupcake too. And I think I'm going to sell these for now. Sell these for now, save our 5 golds, and we're going to move on. And we're going to hope that we get 1 single Mana Orb. If we get a Mana Orb, we're going to be in a crazy good spot. Potentially. But any bit of luck we're going to get right now is going to be stacked up with our Misfortune to stack up Regen. No, definitely Vampirism. Hell yeah, we're going turbo Vampirism. And amazing. Definitely amazing. Now, speaking of crazy, we got a Badge Rune with a Corrupted Armor too. And we also got ourselves that Fanfare, which is going to be a magical or a musical item. So, whenever a musical item activates, advance the cooldown of a random non-musical item by 50%. So if we stack up multiple fanfares, we can generate up a lot of mana, a lot of empower, which will be kind of nice. As for the batch rune, definitely want to place that in our Hunger Blade. I'm going to sell you for now though. We do get a Hell Pot, which I kind of do want to grab too. I do want to grab this tiny bit of storage. And I'm going to roll. Do we want to fanfare actually? I'd like to take it, but I don't think I will. I think I'm still going to roll because I do want to find some storage. And how about we just grab crit chance? Which makes me not really want to use our misfortune, to be honest. But we also grab ourselves a toad. I think the Hell Pot here might not be as valuable. It will trigger a Fang Pig Pot at half HP, so I think we kind of have to keep it. We're going to sell these 2 green gemstones. I do want to grab our toad as well. But I did take out a demonic flask for now as well. As much as I'd love to have that in, unfortunately don't think we can. We're going to use our toad to be targeting our misfortune as well, along with our cat and along with our Hunger Blade, because with 10 buffs gained, we do heal for a little bit more. And for every 10 buffs we use, we're going to get some luck as well. But I do desperately want to grab our Acorn Collar. I kind of want to grab the Wonky Snowman to craft up a Frostbite, but I'd love to craft up a Frostbite once we do have a second Hunger Blade, if that makes sense. Am I going to leave it? We could go for a Snow Stick too, but I don't really want to be inflicting cold on ourselves. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave for now. I'm going to venture on, because the Frostbite deals more damage than the Hunger Blade with Vampirism. Now, holy Sir Sand, that's a lot of blind. And so we could be in trouble. We're not going to have any accuracy. We're going to be using up our luck. But can we generate up enough luck to keep ourselves just in it? Because 14 blind is crazy absurd. Just need to hit once and we heal back up for insane amounts. So we have the potential to actually keep up. And you know what? We actually ended up stacking up an insane amount of regen, which did keep us in it. Funnily enough. How about freaking Blood Goobers? The problem with our setup right now is we're actually generating up too much regen with a flawed emerald. We end up stacking up regen, which is not ideal. And we could use our spells called Dark Frenzy to increase the speed on our Hunger Blade, to literally make this the fastest Hunger Blade alive. I also want this bit of storage, but I really want to keep our Goobert also. So I'm going to be crazy. I'm actually going to sell our Flawless Emerald. So we can grab our storage. I'd love to keep this, but I'm going to sell it. And I might sell a rope, maybe even a twine. Because I don't think I'm going to be crafting up anything with this. So yeah, I'm going to sell it. Sell our gemstone, let's grab our crits. And yeah, I'm happy enough with this for now. Now, our Goobert situation is going to be a little bit slower with our broccoli and our cupcake, unfortunately. But I think it is going to have to do now. We could actually place our card in, and that's going to be a little bit better for both our Gooberts. Which I'm more happy to do, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to be moving on with this. So we should be able to start stacking up our Vampirism like crazy, since we did take out our Emeralds, which is going to be nice. Now our opponent does have the Null Blade, which they are going to be getting a lot of damage, and they're going to be moving a lot of our buffs. And unfortunately, we do end up stacking up mana, which we definitely do not want mana. All we want is Vampirism. That is for sure. Just an insane amount of Vampirism, so we can lifesteal like crazy, and get our Goobert to do some big damage with our crits as well. And you know what? It's looking super close. Can we keep up? Because that is a lot of empower on our opponent's side, and unfortunately, they did beat us down. Now, holy moly, we got a Puzzle Bag of Love, giving us items inside heal for a lot more. Now, I think I'm going to sell our Blue Sage Collar, because I don't want to be stacking up mana. And I kind of want to roll. We do get a cheese for some max life stacking if we do want that as well. We could also grab ourselves a Prismatic Sword. Prismatic Sword will be nice with all of Vampirism too. You know what? I'm going to grab it actually. Hell yeah. Let's go and craft up that Prismatic Sword. Did want to go for Staff on Healing, but I think we're going to be gone past that now, unfortunately. Stone Skip Pot I do kind of want to keep because we could trigger that to start a battle as well. But I still think I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell our Garlic. I'm going to sell pretty much all these gemstones. Except the Topaz for a little bit of stamina. I'm telling you, I do want to keep our little red rubies too, though, so we can get some more lifesteal. And yeah, I'm going to venture on. We're going to use our Bag of Holding to get a lot more value, and we should be able to get even more heals with our Puzzle Bag of Love as well. But can we keep up? Going up again, double shields. They're going to be eating up all their stamina. They've inflicted a certain amount of blind once again. But we have 42 Vampirism, like nuts. But we only have 5 luck. Our accuracy right now is going to be relatively low. 80%. It's actually not bad. We ended up smashing them, which is kind of nuts. Now, speaking of nuts, We've got a prismatic sword. We've got a chessboard. We've got a freaking card goobert. And we got a hero sword back. Or hero shield. I keep calling it hero sword. Now the thing is, the spell scrolls are going to be fantastic with the prismatic sword. That's for sure. Now we kind of want to put our badge rune outside our weapon situation, since we're going to be eating up a lot more stamina. Now I kind of want to sell the card goobert too. The chessboard, honestly, I'm going to be selling as well. The amulet I do want to keep really, really badly. Let's sell the shield. Let's sell the torch. We do want to keep our investment opportunity. We're targeting basically our Hunger Blade, our Cat Spirit Companion, and a Misfortune. So right now our prismatic sword has 3 vampiric items, so it's going to be a lot of lifesteal. It's going to trigger a little bit faster with our mana, with no holy items, which is the problem. We definitely need a holy item. We do 17 golds. Do we offer 17 gold worth of items? I also would like to place a prismatic sword inside our bag of love as well, but for now I think I'm going to venture on with this. With the amulets of alchemy, we should be able to trigger our pots as well. Potentially again, now we are going to begin a spiked wall with a lot of healing reduction, which could be problematic, but with the amounts of lifesteal we're going to have, we should be in a really, really fantastic spot. With our scaling vampirism as well, yeah, we should be super defensive. And with our little wand of equilibrium, if we do get 10 luck, or 10 regen, or 10 mana, it's going to start stacking up our power as well. And you know what? Not too bad. Nice amounts of vampirism. Finish off that berserker. Now have 30 gold at once. And we did get a puzzle bag of endurance, which means we can actually increase the duration we do have this. That lifesteal for 6 seconds, which is kind of nuts. And you know what else is kind of nuts? A second strong vampiric pot. With a sun armor. You also got the Amulet of Fortune as well, which gives chance-based effects a higher chance. More likely to trigger, which means we're going to have more crits on our Acorn Collar, which we're not going to have crits on our Prismatic Sword, unfortunately. But we're going to get more crits on our Cat Spirit Companion, so we're going to get a little bit of crits on this. Now, the sun armor is going to be a holy item. There's going to be some block. We can use it to activate our Jin's Lamp, but I'm not sure if I do want to. I think I'm still going to sell it, which is madness in my opinion. We did get Dragon Skin Boots, which will give us battle range. And it will give us some power and also resist some cold, which I kind of do like. But I think I sell it. As mad as that is. We could take a bird. I don't really want it. I kind of just want to roll. We do get a fanny pack, which I do want to add in also. Now you're actually going to be a holy item, which does give us a little bit of scaling damage, because right now we have no scaling damage on this prismatic sword. It's 10 golds for a holy item. I'm not going to take that one. I'm going to roll. And it's very, very tempting to take this regular amethyst, because it is going to be super fast activated for blue gooberts. We can get rid of our wand of equilibrium. Yeah, I'm kind of down for it. And we get another one too. Which, honestly, at this point, I'm going to sell this rope. Let's take it. Let's craft it up. Let's start crafting up our tiny little gemstones too. And problem with this puzzle bag of endurance is, I'd love to have our strong vampiric pots in this position, but I also want to get that extra bit of lifesteal on our prismatic sword also. So yeah, I'm going to rock on with this. And we're going to see 15% increase crits. So we should start off with 23% crit chance. Technically, it is still only 20%, but I'm assuming it does kick in after a little bit. Now we are going to be getting another Null Blade, which is going to be removing our buffs. But can we stack up an insane amount of vampirism, lifesteal back to full, and just keep lifestealing like crazy? Unfortunately, definitely not. Now we do have 100 healing per second, which is kind of nuts. But wasn't enough to keep up with that abundance. We did get a Falcon Blade of all things. I'm also tempted to take the Falcon Blade over the Prismatic Sword. Am I crazy to sell it? I think so. I'm still going to roll though. You're going to be a magic item, which does increase the speed on a Prismatic Sword. And I'm going to roll. And we do get a magic holy item. Being our glowing crown, we use our mana, which I'm kind of down for. We sell the deck of cards because I don't want that. A little goobling is kind of nice. I do want to craft up another one of these red rubies. And I'd love to craft you up also, but I'm going to have to sell 2 of them. And this flame that we've been keeping for so long. I do kind of want to keep our broccoli as well. Are we okay to sell this one? It is going to be a little bit of luck stacking. Now I'm actually going to sell one of our little red rubies. Sell one of our little red rubies so we get some scaling damage finally on our prismatic sword. It's going to be a super low scaling prismatic sword. But it's going to have an insane amounts of lifesteal. And we are going to begin another prismatic sword with the piercing arrow. But you're going to want to get crits on their Hunger Blade. But have 2 prismatic orbs. So this prismatic sword is going to have a lot of buff stacking with strength, lifesteal, and attack speed, and also inflicting some debuffs. But can we still keep up with our infinite stacking Vampirism? It's definitely not looking too bad. Now there's going to be a super long fight between who's going to heal more, but we have 102 Vampirism. Our opponent is going to have more damage in us, but it's not looking too bad. And holy moly, that was nuts. I really wanted to see how much healing we have. And we actually have 270 healing per second at this point in the game. DPS wise, 100 DPS. Okay, this is looking crazy. This is genuinely looking crazy insane. You know, speaking of crazy insane, stone shoes I do like quite a bit. Leather boots, maybe not so much. So I'm going to sell leather boots. I don't really want the piggy of riches anymore, so I'm going to sell you 2. I'd like to grab another regular amethyst to get a nice little trigger for cupcake goobers. So I'm going to take it. Now I do want to roll. We do get another magic item, which is going to use our mana to gain regen for us, which I kind of do want to grab, to be quite honest. So I'm going to sell our coal, sell this, and now we're going to have to sell our regular amethyst. I think I'm going to sell another little red ruby, and this too. And that is going to be a little bit more scaling damage for a prismatic sword. Now I do want to roll once. We do get an Encyclopedia of Darkness, which I don't necessarily want. There's going to be some stamina back. I do want to roll again. And we're not going to be turbo inflicting cold, so I don't really want that. Let's roll again. We do get a heart container, so we can stack up even more regen for ourselves. And I think we're happy enough with this for now as well. Now definitely what a crazy build. From a ukulele to the cupcake goobert to a freaking blood goobert to an insane lifestealing build. Hell yeah, and is it really going to be good enough? We'll just have to see. We're going to venture on, and I'm going to be slowing this down quite a bit. We are going to begin another venture with a scissor sword, which is going to be inflicting a hell of a lot of blind on us. So we could be in trouble. If they get a ton of blind, we're not going to be able to lifesteal. If you can't lifesteal, yeah, we're going to be in huge trouble. And we're also going to be using up our luck, so our accuracy is going to be a little bit tougher also. Who am I kidding? We do have 90% accuracy, so it's not looking too bad. But we haven't scaled up as much vampirism as I'd like, to be honest. But can we keep up? Because this Mercury Elemental is giving me a ton of block as well. And holy moly, that's some insane damage right now. And you know what? It's not even going to be close, to be honest. Not too bad. And smashing, actually. Definitely a crazy run. I do like the adventure quite a bit with the craziness that it does give. We do end up with a 92 DPS, which is pretty good. Blood Goobert, Hunger Blade, then a Prismatic Sword, which is not too bad. If we did have more holy items, this would be doing a lot more damage. And also, if we prioritize crits on it instead of our Blood Gooberts with our Hunger Blade. To be honest, we could have switched this around and had crits instead of our Hunger Blade. But as for heals, how much healing did we then end up with? Only about 128 heal. Definitely different than the last round. But we did end up with an insane amount more vampirism in the last round. And as for block, 75 block, definitely an insane amount of block, for sure. As for vampirism, we regenerate about 6 per second. But anyways, we did survive with 3 lives left. Let's go and see just how much rank points we managed to get. Plus 50. Holy moly, that's a lot. That's for sure. But anyways, I'm going to leave you here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope to keep looking for the next one. I'll see you next time. Okay, we're back in some round 18 builds. Some round 18 fights. And we're going to see, can we take on some other builds. We're going to begin a triple Goobert with a Frostbite and a Cupcake Staff. They're going to be trying to inflict a lot of cold with a Water Elemental as well. But can it slow down our Vampirism stacking? Definitely don't think so. That's for sure. I'm coming to take on the Turtle Hard Shield adventure. So if they stack up a lot of Vampirism, or a lot of regen, I mean, they're going to trigger the Hard Shields, which they're going to be blocking some range damage as well. And they're going to get a ton of max life. And they're going to be eating up all our stamina, which is not going to be so great for us. But our Blood Goobert should be able to deal some big damage with the amount of vampirism we do have, so stamina is not going to be too much of an issue. Our little Goobling is going to be triggering between 2 for Amethysts, and I think we should have no problem, to be honest. Guys, for sure. It's going to be the longest fight in history though, but we should be able to heal up an insane amount. And we're also stacking up our max life ever so slightly with our investment opportunity. It's 122 vampirism, still going up. Holy moly, this is a 35-second fight and it's still going. I got 26 in power as well. And I just want to see how long this fight actually goes, because I don't think we have any chance of losing. And holy moly, that was a 45-second long fight. And finally, can we deal with a crossblades, double, triple eye lamps with a burning banner? They're going to be moving our buffs like crazy as well with the burning banner. And they're going to have lots and lots of defenses. But as long as we can keep stacking up our vampirism, I think we should be in a crazy good spot. It's going to be a little bit tougher since we're going to be moving our buffs, but as long as we have literally 1 luck and more vampirism than luck, we should be able to scale up our heal. And hell yeah, not even close, to be honest. Amazing.